This is a breakdown of my LUMIX S5iiX cinema rig when I go and shoot on some smaller productions. This is the setup I would take to a smaller production, and I love the S5iiX on those productions because of some of the shoot quality settings. Now, remember I said that this is for a smaller production, so I'm not recording to any SSD. I'm recording straight to the SD card, not an SSD drive. So I don't have any SSD mount on this particular setup. This would be like great for social media or if you're having to shoot some interviews, but smaller productions. This is the camera that I would use. Then I have the S5iiX combined with the Sigma 24 to 70. It is f2.8 lens, and this really is a do-it-all lens. 24 to 70, that's a great focal length. The only thing I don't like about this lens is how it pops out at the end. And then on the S5iiX, I have the small rig Black Mamba cage, and I absolutely love this cage because of how it fits, and also comes with a little tool. One of my favorite things about this cage is the mount. So if you just go just like this, you can mount it straight onto a tripod, not having any plate on here. So this serves as your plate. So LUMIX S5iiX, Sigma 24 to 70 f2.8, and then the small rig Black Mamba cage, and that is my base for this setup for the cinema rig right here. Very first thing I'm going to toss on is the V-mount battery plate, and remember I said that this cage, this Black Mamba cage, has the base already in there. And then with this V-mount battery plate, you don't need any rail system with this setup. So what I'm going to do is actually move the monitor out, and then I'm going to take this base plate and I'm just going to slide it right on here, this V-mount battery, and I'm going to make sure it's centered. And then for my battery, I'm using the small rig 99. So I'm not gonna have to worry about any battery issues or running out of juice during a shoot like this. All right, I got my V-mount battery on there, and usually I just toss the screen to the side like that. You wanna make sure that you put the screen out first so that you do have access to it in case you need to run through the menu or anything like that. I'm just gonna add this small rig wooden side handle. I love this side handle because I get a little bit wider of a grip on this whole camera rig. So if I do have to do any handheld work, it makes it really easy to do. And I've liked lately using a side handle over a top handle, and I'll show you why in just a sec. The small rig wooden handle, side handle, is adjustable in where you can place it. I have mine so it's, nice and balanced kind of right down the center. And it comes with a little Allen wrench too, which is a nice little touch because you're always needing Allen wrenches when you build these cinema rigs. All right, since I don't have any wires or cords on here at all, I'm gonna actually start mounting the follow focus. And for the follow focus, I'm actually using the small rig wooden follow focus, and I'll show you why I like this one. I like this wooden follow focus because I don't have the teeth on this focus ring right here. But what I like about this wooden follow focus is that it actually has a rubber band part right here. So you can either, take it off so you have the teeth, or you put this rubber band part on it, and then you don't need any, focus ring on your actual lens because it will grip what you have right there. So this wooden follow focus is a great little accessory piece with the wooden side handle. Then if you have a wooden top handle, if you do like top handles. Now with the S5iiX, you might not even need the follow focus. If you are using autofocus with this camera, which works fantastic, especially on some smaller productions, you might not need the follow focus, but it does add another wider side grip. Rather than being right here when you're holding the camera, you can be kind of off to the side like this when you're holding the camera. Okay, so we got the wooden side handle, we've got the battery mount, and I'm gonna have all of these accessories listed in the description if you wanna check them out. They are affiliate links, which if you use those, totally helps support this channel. You don't have to use them, but I will have them available for you if you wanna check them out. We've got the wooden side handle, but when I go to put on the monitor, I'm actually gonna go right into the hot shoe mount with the OC Lomon 5. And I'm using this because I'm not doing any external recording, and the OC Lomon 5 is a great budget-friendly, it's a fantastic monitor, but you're not gonna do any external recording to it. So that's totally fine. Remember, I'm recording to the SD card, so I don't need it. And it comes with this angled arm as well, so I'm going right into the hot shoe mount. And that way it kind of keeps my whole setup a little bit more compact. It's not, you know, sometimes with a top handle, the monitor just gets so high, so you're like elevated so much. I kind of like a little bit more of a compact feel to my cinema rigs. And so having it mounted right here on this shoe mount, or if you have another mount for this dado rail right here, that would come in handy as well. But keeping a low compact profile, I just like that feel a lot better. So right now I'm going to toss on the matte box, and for the matte box, I'm using the Freewell Eiger matte box. And the reason I like this matte box, for a few different reasons, but the main reason is this variable ND filter right here. Pops out, super compact, everything just fits so well on these Freewell products. And then you can adjust with this knob right here. You can adjust the strength of the ND, and since, you know, the S5iiX doesn't have built-in NDs, which I would love to see that in the future, Lumix, built-in NDs on one of these cameras, just maybe a cinema camera, that'd be great. Kind of like the FX3, Lumix version of the FX3. And I forgot to mention that I actually already had the ring, the mounting ring on the end of the lens. So if the end of the lens looked a little bit different, that was the mounting ring for this matte box. And then, like I said, if I need to change the focal range, it does pop out in the end, but I don't need to adjust, you know, where the follow focus is. I can keep the follow focus in the same spot, and that's not going to affect it. And because the matte box mounts to the end of the lens and not a rail system, it moves with the lens. So I know that that's going to be taken care of. So for the HDMI, I'm just using the Atomus high-speed 4K 60 cord. And then this one, I would probably go with a shorter USB cord, but I just grabbed this one. This is actually one of the main ones I use on a regular basis. And what I do is I just kind of wrap it around some of my other gear here. But there we have it. So let me know what you think about this setup down in the comments. We can get a conversation started on there. Is there anything else that you would add? Would you take away anything? But let me know some of your thoughts down in the comments so we can get a conversation started down there. Now, if you want to see how I set up my S5iiX and the S5 II for cinematic filming like I would shoot with this setup right here, make sure you check out this video that's popping up on your screen. I go through all my settings for the S5iiX and same for the S5 II. You can just go there, copy all my settings, and you're good to go to start shooting video, start making some money with your camera. But otherwise, I'll see you in that video or see you in a future video coming up.